Would you take a look at this? Would you take a look at this? They got so many cops in this freaking town of Vegas. All you have to do is drive 5 feet, and there's another copper. There's another copper. Copper's got somebody driving while black. Is that what happened? Hey, I'm only here for your protection, so don't think it's about you. It's not. It's literally about making sure he doesn't kill you. And I ran down here as soon as I saw him, and I had you pulled over. And he had you pulled over. Whether he's going to ticket you or not, you have less chance of getting a ticket with me being here. And matter of fact, the stop will go a lot faster. I'll speed it up for you. Oh, there's no license plate here. I thought it was best I walk away from those guys who are free people on the side of the street. We gotta switch hands real quick. Oh. Oh. There we go. No back plate, huh? No back license plate? There's no back license plate. You know what, you guys, I'm gonna have to get a gimbal or a stick for my cameras. I'm gonna have to get something where I can, because my shoulders, I can't. I'm at 19 minutes now for between this stop and the last. Oh man, killing me. Did you pull in the well-lit gas station? Is that what you were doing? You pulled into the well-lit gas station? Yeah. Yeah. Well worth it. Well worth it. shoulders are just killing me right now. I mean, my shoulders are freaking killing me. You have no idea. This shoulder right here could start shaking. It's got no license plate back there. The last copper said that he had discretion, so. I just talked to a cop a second ago and he said you guys have discretion. You guys can decide if you're going to arrest somebody or not. Is that true?
For what?
I don't know.
What crimes would those be for discretion, sir?
I don't know. I'm asking. I'm asking for education. Teach me.
So, this male, this officer's primary, so I have no clue what he's getting arrested for, sir. So, discretion depends on what type of crime it is.
Right.
And depends on what you're doing. Okay? Certain crimes are mandatory. That's part of our department policy. Okay?
He told me he was on probation.
I have no clue like I said, I've yet to contact him, so I have no clue. I'm standing here back in the parking space.
It's just, when you take someone away to jail, when you take someone away to the dungeon, it's the worst day of their year, if not the worst day of their life.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
You can't give discretion on this one, officer?
Who's on the phone?
What are they asking for something?
Hello? Okay, do you know where we're at now? Yeah, it's going to be 1080 South Road. Okay. Okay. Do you have a phone number so we can call her? That way if we need to get in contact with her?
I know you're probably busy, officer. I'm just curious as to which ones you have discretion for and which ones have to be taken off to the dungeon, you know? Because the last copper I filmed, he said you guys have discretion, so I just wondered what that meant exactly.
Well, the judge wants him.
The judge wants him to go to jail. Okay. He said the judge wants him, so maybe someone can educate me on that. The judge wants him. Maybe he has a...
It sounds like talking to the primary officer that's here on scene. There's another officer that's
If we're going to go by what judges want, if we're going to go by the judges in this country, we're in big trouble. Because those are the Kevins and Karens. As you guys know, I got that judge in Massachusetts, Burroughs. What a Karen. She should be called Karen Burroughs. That should be her name. Is that her name? Her name's Karen now, isn't it?
But it sounds like something with the judge. And they want to hold on or something like that.
So when do you read that on the computer? It says, take them?
It doesn't sound like it's the most heinous of crimes. It's probably something like I said, we don't know, and we don't, it's, when it comes to certain things like that, it's up to the judge.
It's a bummer. Poor guy.
Alrighty. Alright, thank you very much, ma'am.
Cop's shaking. I don't know. It's their job to arrest people. That's their job, is to take people. It's their job to take people off to a dungeon, dude. That's what their whole goal is every night. Their goal is to arrest somebody. And what they say is taking them back to the office. What they don't understand is the trip back to your office is the worst day of my life. Or the worst day of my year, at least. The worst day of my decade.
Was there anything else in the party?
It's a broken system. And then people don't really know their rights. They don't really know. You have all the rights in the world that are given to you by God, but these folks here, the people who are supposed to be upholding our rights, have decided to call themselves enforcers of law. And so they're obsessed with enforcing laws upon you. But the truth is that the only reason we're supposed to have security in this country is to protect our rights. And they all signed that peace officers agreement, and they still just are so in love calling themselves law enforcement. What do you want to sign up for? You want to sign up to be an enforcer or a peace officer? That's why they wear that silly blue mask and the blue striped flag and the skull. And at least this copper's not wearing a blue stripe on his hat. But it says Metro Police, and there's no blue striped flag on it, which is nice. So does it say it on the computer? It says on the computer that the judge, you have no choice. You have to take the guy into jail.
Like I said, I'm not the primary officer, sir. So
just for the public, I just want to know what it says.
So
at the end of the day, it's his business.
Yeah.
And I don't think he wants it.
No, I'm not talking about his business. I'm talking about in general. When you if you pull me over,
Yeah.
and then it literally says on the computer that the judge wants you to arrest me.
So we gotta get it confirmed.
Right.
So it's one or the other. It either does say it, or we gotta get it confirmed. Either way, we have our checks and balances. We're not just out arresting people to do this.
All right. I just have to take it at face value, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't know the insider workings. There's no third party reviewing your records. There's no oversight on police at all. So what he's saying to me, I just have to take at face value. And there's ways to check it, but the truth is that there's no third party for checks and balances. And in every organization in America, there is a third party, including NCAA athletics. That's why it's called the NCAA. There's a third party between the school and the students. And now with no third party here, there's no transparency. We have no idea. Does he have to be arrested? He didn't seem like he was violent to me. He seemed like he was out with his girl. Didn't seem like he punched anybody in the face and wouldn't stop punching him.
like I said, that's whatever the reasons why he's detained and handcuffs getting arrested would be obviously his business, and I have no clue. I have no clue what his record says, so I couldn't elaborate further on that. If I had that information, like I said, this is the primary officer. If I had that, I would be able to elaborate more, other than giving away his personal information on details of, why he's placed on.
So then there's policies in place that make it so that you can't say something, right?
What do you mean?
You can't tell me anything about the reason he's being arrested or what's happening to him.
That's his business.
It's policies.
If he thought it was awesome for you to know, then obviously he would let us know, and then we could tell you. But it sounds like he wants it. It's his business, and he would want for him.
And then, so are
that'd be like if would you want somebody else, say you were stopped by a cop, and would you want them to know your business?
I agree with you.
Probably
There's policies that make it so you can't say anything, and I would refer you to the 1994 Mullen Commission that says that police policies have created the blue wall of silence, so that we have no external information and no third party to examine that information. So it's called
public information you could look up if you knew the guy's name, and then you could actually check it on yourself.
I just want to know why we always have to take people to jail. Like, why do you always have to go? Like, he has to. He told me the judge wants him. Is that true though? Does the judge really need him to go to jail, or does the judge need him to show up at a court date?
It sounds like he checked it, and that's obviously what was confirmed.
Right. But meanwhile, though, just so you know, when you're out on a date with your girl, whether you've been together 10 years or 10 seconds, it sucks getting arrested in front of her. You get emasculated. Men take control over you. When, who knows if they could do that without the badges and guns, but it's horrible for you. It's horrible. It's the worst experience ever. And I didn't see him holding anybody down, beating them. So,
I mean, there's other ways to go to jail than just beating somebody.
So then there's other ways that we could make him show up for court. He has a phone. You could text him. You got to be at court Monday at 8 a.m. If you're not there tomorrow at 8 a.m., then...
We also don't know how long. Maybe he hasn't shown up for court for numerous times, and he's been given opportunities.
Sure.
We don't know that.
So give him another one.
That's why it's up to the judge.
Right. Well...
Okay, and up to however we confirmed it, or however this officer confirmed it, it would be up to that way and policy of how it was done.
And that arresting officer said the judge wants him. And so what I want to know is, does that show up on the screen that the judge says you must arrest this man?
It sounded like he said he had to get it confirmed.
Okay, so then it's not confirmed. So then we're arresting him in case the judge wants him.
He already confirmed it. That's why he's saying that. He had to get it confirmed. Whatever it was, he had to get that confirmed.
So, you know, I hope you guys have never gone through it, to be honest, because it's horrible. Just so you know, when they take you down there, it's horrible. It's horrible. And you guys may be decent out here because you got cameras on and I got cameras on you. As soon as you go behind the wall, you have no rights. 1980, Johnson versus Glick. Anything can happen to you, and it does all the time. So you're putting the guy in the most dangerous place he will ever be in America. And then you got like 5-6 cops here. It's like, they talk about funding. It's like, how much money are we wasting here? Just so many cops. Because you send guys out and say, go patrol, with no direction, no oversight, no one checking in on an earphone, looking through a camera saying, where are you going? And then you guys pull over a jaywalker, and then 16 cops show up. And so this is the allocation of funds right here. Right here.
So there's actually a new, I don't know if you know, there's a new directive. We don't stop jaywalkers anymore.
I actually heard that. Thank God. Thank God.
So that jaywalking one would be invalid because that's not what we do anymore.
That's changed now recently. That's changed recently.
It's changed a couple of times. It changed to where it's no longer a criminal, and then it changed to where it was a civil infraction and you could, and now it changed back to no, we don't.
And how come you guys don't stop jaywalkers anymore?
That I couldn't tell you, sir.
I could tell you.
So
it's the reason why I film cops, because jaywalking stops ended up in death.
And it sounds like Ant is going to be coming together. She's coming from Tropicana and Rainbow.
Are you the man in charge?
I am.
You just for the public, I just want to know something. You know, the man told us that the judge wants him, and so you have to arrest him. And I just want to know, you know, does it show up on the computer screen that it says the judge says to arrest this man?
We communicate to the judge in the courts.
So there's a judge right now who's awake communicating?
The arresting agency, or the agency that's requesting the arrest, is the one that is dictating their...
so it's another agency that has a warrant for him?
Correct.
Okay.
So we can't disclose too
No,
much
I know
about
that.
it,
I know that.
he's
I know
an
that.
adult and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to, you know, the reasons why people have to be drug away. When I have 2 phones now, you could pull me over and go, hey, Mr. DeCastro, guess what? You didn't pay a ticket in Pahrump. And I'm like, oh, really? And then you go, what's your phone number? I give you my phone number, and you go, here's a text message from my phone to yours. This also gets CC'd to the court. You're not here tomorrow at 8 a.m. I don't care if you have work or not. Next time we stop you, you're going to jail. What if that started happening?
Well,
we all have phones.
There's many different circumstances that obviously dictates different outcomes, you know?
We know.
So I can't obviously disclose what's going on here, which obviously in turn is why we're doing what we're doing, but...
Your policies and practice of police go all the way up to the White House. Remember, there was a big deal about whether Trump would be cuffed and taken to a jail, because that's what you guys do to every person. You have to be cuffed, you have to be treated like you're trash, and then you have to be taken to a dungeon. And so the big stink in America was whether Trump needs to be cuffed or not. Like, why does someone need to be handcuffed? Why can't you say, dude, you got a warrant? Here's a text message. You don't show up, dude, it's gonna get worse. Why can't we move to that? Why is it constantly arrest? I mean, look, his girl's with him, bro. You know, like the guy's out. You don't have any discretion to go like, listen, I'm gonna text you from my phone. I'm the guy in charge. My name's Courtney. Here's your text message. I'll be at the court tomorrow. If you're not there at 8, dude, next time I see you, you made me look bad. You're gonna be arrested. Why can't you guys do that?
Well, unfortunately, our laws and policies dictate
your policies, right?
Law and policy.
So then it would take an executive in charge to change the policies, right?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're upheld to abide by law and abide by our policies that are put in place, and that's why we do things the way we do it. You know, officer safety is a big concern for us too, and we want to make sure everybody's safe as well.
Officer safety? Where does that term come from?
Officer safety?
Yeah.
Well, you obviously know everything that goes on in the country and everything.
I only know a little bit. I only know constitutional law. That's all I know. Okay. I don't know. If you asked me how to do what you're doing, I would flunk. I couldn't do what you're doing. They teach you a bunch of stuff, and I don't know how to do the stuff you do, and I wouldn't want to learn it. But it comes from the 1968 case of Terry versus Ohio, where Martin McFadden arrested John Terry, and they said, for officer safety, now we can grab you in case we're scared because you might have a gun. And so they took that policy created by the Supreme Court, not law, and they instituted it across every cop shop in America. So now you even have been brainwashed to tell me it's all about officer safety. It's not. Your job is to defend my rights. Your job is to put your life on the line to uphold my safety and my rights. That's your job. Your job is not to ensure officer safety. It is the opposite of that. Your job is to put your life on the line for me. You are below the line, I'm above the line. You are a public servant upholding my rights. I'm just telling you, but you guys have,
I appreciate that information.
and you're about 10 years younger than me, so you've been brainwashed. You saw this in Uvalde. They've brainwashed you guys to the point of officer safety so much. You got 150 cops there. Some of those guys are war heroes, right? Why won't they go in? Groupthink. When they get together in groupthink, what do they chant? Officer safety, officer safety. So no cops went into Uvalde. We saw that change last week. The cops went right in and killed that shooter in the school. The trans person who went in and shot up those, killed a bunch of people. But now there was no delay. You're not going to stop a hero now with officer safety. Not a real hero. I'm not going to listen to your policy if there's kids getting shot in here. I'm just telling you, man. It's not. What you just told me is incorrect data. No, I'm not
here to debate with you. I mean,
you are actually.
I get.
You are here to debate with me. You're here to have long conversations with me about democracy, Jean-Jacques Rousseau's social contract. You exist because of the social contract. Your job is to uphold my rights underneath of the social contract. The social contract is the rule of law, which I am 100% for. I'm not a sovereign citizen, bro. I think that I have to. I have to.
Saying you're a bad dude either.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is what you just told me in front of thousands. There's going to be thousands and thousands of people who see this, right? You just told me the opposite of what your job actually is, because your job is training you incorrectly. Your job is not to ensure officer safety, it's to uphold my rights. Officer safety is way down the line. You're supposed to risk your life for me. Like, as weird as that is to sound, you're supposed to be a hero.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be filming cops because there's so many bad ones because of your policies and the brainwashing of officer safety. I mean, tomorrow, just so you know, I sue you guys for $5 million tomorrow. I file my lawsuit against LMVPD tomorrow. And then it's not going to stop. I'm going to keep suing you guys until these policies are changed. And your job is to uphold my rights. It is not officer safety. That's what your functionality is. We got to figure out a way to stop taking people to dungeons. When he gets out of the dungeon, he's going to be worse. He'll be worse for you, bro. You're out here risking your life, right? You're out here trying to uphold the rights of others. He'll be worse when he gets out of the dungeon. He'll be a worse person. He'll be more dangerous for you and for me. You know, I don't, Courtney, I don't hate you as a person, but you guys have created such a horrible organization that has no accountability, that people like me who are educated and upstanding, I'm not some recovering drug addict felon who robbed a bank I didn't spend 10 years in prison. No, none of that. I'm just so sick of this, Courtney. And every time I try to talk to you guys about changing your policies, I just get laughed at. So I'll become the executive and I'll change the policies. And that's
I'm
my
gonna
goal.
check with my officers, all right? I appreciate
Well, listen,
you being out here, all right?
nothing but respect for you for having the conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to have hard conversations, but that's what we're supposed to do. You and I, we're supposed to have hard conversations. Thanks, Courtney.
He's coming from Spring Mountain, Rainbow.
There's one way up Sahara and there's one down.
Any closing words, my friend, for the people who are going to see on here?
No, I'm all good, man. What's your channel called?
Delete Lawz.
What is it?
Delete Lawz.
Do you have any, like, revolutionary ideas on what we need to be doing instead of this?
Yes.
Well, what are they?
Yes. I'm more. Wait, follow my page and watch a few videos, and you'll find out real quick. I have more than a few ideas. I can change this system once I'm in charge, but it won't be changed unless you're executive.
Are you going for a law degree or are you just, like,
Governor.
studying it? Huh?
Governor.
No. Do you have a law degree?
Governor. You have to win the governorship. Oh, no, I don't have a law degree. I don't have any degrees. None. I'm self-educated. Called autodidactic.
Have you tried, going to one of the states where you don't have to go to law school and then, like...
I don't want to become a lawyer.
No?
When I first started this mission, I was going to become a lawyer a couple of years ago. I don't want to be a lawyer. It's miserable. You end up losing months of working on cases, and the people are cowards. Most people are cowards, and they cower out before the case is done. They quit. They don't get things done. They give up.
That's the real thing. Fucking hold your Fifth Amendment rights so hard, because every one of these dudes tonight open their goddamn mouth and they're all going to jail.
That's right. Well, you saw how many people pulled over. 3 or 4 people pulled over.
I've seen this dude and I saw that DUI right there.
So you saw 2.
Yeah. But that DUI honestly was like, I was amazed at how they weren't manhandling that guy, because like, you had 2 kids in the car, dude. I'd be kicking your ass.
You can't kick people's asses when you're the law. When you're under the color of law, you can't hurt people.
Oh yeah, no.
I get it though. I don't like seeing people get hurt when they're drunk driving either. I lost a good friend of mine named Calvin years ago. Well, all right. So you're not a great big cop sucker then?
No, not really.
Okay. I just want to make sure so people don't think you're a great big cop sucker. Oh, I just want to, because you know what I'm saying?
I hold faith that some of them are going to be good, but you know for a fact they're not. So, like, just keep your fucking mouth shut.
Don't talk.
Yeah.
Don't talk. God bless you, brother.
How's it going, man?
Take care of yourself, right? There it is. Over. So there it is, folks. There it is. It's a strange world we're living in, but in this 150-yard area right here, there was 3 traffic stops that I stopped, and the other guy only saw 2. So let's keep going. See you on the next one. Later, Gators.